Cognition is a higher order developmental attainment. Yet, as all other areas of development, it begins in the early neonatal period and progresses to attain new skills with age. A 6-week-old infant will calm when picked up and explore his environment visually. By 3 months, he will look out or listen to a stimulus for a brief period and lose interest in it subsequently. He will shift attention from one to another object around 3 months, showing preferential interest. Around 4 to 6 months, when he has the motor ability to reach and grasp things, he will with interest explore a toy visually and by mouthing, and if it produces a noise, he will purposefully attempt to repeat these sounds. When he is presented with toys, he understands that banging is a source of sound production and will repetitively attend to this as a game. Around 6 months of age, with the simultaneous development of his eye-hand coordination and language skills, he will begin to playfully explore his own mirror image. Around 9 months to 1 year, he will develop an interest in books and will enjoy looking at pictures. He may also develop an inquiring mind when he learns to pull things to obtain toys and understand how some toys operate. For example, pushing a car on a surface. Object permanence, which develops around the same period, is another important cognitive concept that will support language development. Play is another cognitive milestone which will also have an influence through social development. The most primitive level is when a child shows features of self-relational play where actions are demonstrated on the child himself. This indicates the understanding of self in pretend play. Around 2 years, this will progress to play in relation to dolls. This is known as symbolic play, where the child appropriately demonstrates use of the symbols in pretend play. For example, feeding a doll with a cup. Around 3 years, this may even extend to imaginary and imitative play, where children speak to figures that do not exist in reality and imitate adults doing things. Example, a girl wearing a sari around 3 years of age. At this stage, they will begin to play in groups with peers. Later on, around 4 to 5 years, they are competent in role play and undertakes more complicated tasks based on previous experience. They are more adventurous and explores new environments and takes risks. They learn to share and understand complex group dynamics such as turn-taking. Around 2 years, a child is able to sort basic shapes and colors and masters this skill each year. By 3 years, he has good abstract thinking. He will match shapes and colors around 4 years. He would be able to name primary colors. With advanced cognition, his attention improves and he attends to tasks for a longer duration. He undertakes more manipulative functions starting from unscrewing a lid around 2 years to assembling a simple jigsaw by 3 years. With a good receptive language, child of 2 years is able to identify objects and body parts and may even name them depending on his expressive ability. He will also demonstrate the use of day-to-day objects by 3 years, and around 5 years he may name the use of more than 5 objects. For example, you can drink with the cup. With the advancing cognition, he would obey simple commands and gradually display his ability to understand more complex commands. As early as 3 years, a child demonstrates the achievement of higher cognitive functions such as memory by repeating simple poems and number sequences. Also, they will be able to identify dissimilarities in a group of pictures and make patterns using shapes. Around 4 years, they will master pre-number concepts such as identifying big and small, tall and short, and will be ready to take on basic numeracy skills by 5 years.
What should I
Which
do?
one is the taller tower?
This.
Very good.
Pick a color.
There's a snake here.
Okay.
There's a snake here. Which one is the shortest one? Good. Similarly, they will progress in their pre-writing skills during the same age.